The most common form of love bombing you might have heard about or experienced is when a narcissist showers you with extreme love, when they go above and beyond to pursue you. This relentless display of affection is very intoxicating and all consuming. However, there is a different form of love bombing I bet you haven't heard about: self-deprecating love bombing. This subtle and insidious tactic involves a narcissist putting themselves down, making themselves look like a victim, while simultaneously uplifting your ego, creating an emotional web that is very, very difficult to escape. This is what we are going to talk about in today's episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. We are going to learn about how a self-deprecating narcissist love bombs. It is very important to talk about because this kind of love bombing doesn't look like traditional love bombing. It looks like someone is highly critical of themselves, a victim of their circumstances, and sees you as a savior. More precisely, when a self-deprecating narcissist degrades themselves while praising and uplifting your ego, they aim to disarm you by making you feel needed and important, while also maintaining control over your emotions. This is how self-deprecating love bombing can look like. The narcissist may consistently and continuously praise you for your looks, intellect, and earning skills, basically everything that you are, while putting themselves down or showing they are less than you. They may say something like, "You're way out of my league. I don't know if I deserve an amazing person like you," or "I am sorry you have to put up with a failure like me." None of this sounds narcissistic, does it? Because there is no grandiosity or entitlement visible on the surface. Well, there is, but it is hidden. Their entitlement lies in the fact that they believe it is okay to weaponize your empathy against you and trigger your savior complex. Their grandiosity lies in the fact they feel powerful to influence your emotional state by making you feel amazing about your capabilities and then bringing you down later. One interesting and scary thing about this kind of a narcissist is that they behave like a codependent but aren't one. They aren't one because they build you up only to bring you down later. They appear full of self-doubt only to trigger you into inflating their ego. It becomes a damsel in distress kind of scenario. When they have love bombed you enough to make you fall for them, or when you have taken the bait, there is a gradual or sudden shift in their behavior that doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. They withdraw, withhold, become very cold, and act like they don't need you anymore. All that victimhood vanishes and they make you tiptoe around them using your guilt and sense of obligation towards them. You feel someone has pulled the rug from under your feet because you can't fathom how someone who admired you so much until recently can become so unempathetic and unkind. Then the abuse begins. They gaslight you into believing it's your fault and you have to keep giving more until you are left drained and shaken to your core. It becomes challenging for a victim of this kind of abuse to get support because mainstream narcissistic abuse awareness doesn't talk about this form of love bombing, which doesn't even look like love bombing. If you have been through this kind of abuse, you need to let go of the guilt by understanding, realizing, and accepting that you did not abandon the narcissist. It is not your responsibility to fix them because there is nothing to fix. And just because they were so self-critical does not necessarily mean they were self-aware. You need to heal and slowly move on, understanding that they were a wolf under that facade. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, let me know in comment. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin.